Hey there, it's Jordan. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made bachelorette party hats for less than $5 a piece. Let's get started. So my best friend Sarah is getting married this summer, and for her bachelorette party there's a group of 8 girls that are going to the beach for a long weekend, and Sarah really wanted to have these personalized hats for all the girls. So I immediately took to Pinterest when she told me about the idea and found tons of ideas and realized that we had to do this. They were so cute. I think this was actually the actual photo she showed me as her inspiration. So after looking at these, I went to Etsy to try and find out how much these were going to cost and instantly realized that this was definitely going to be blowing our budget. They were pretty expensive to have 8 of them made, and so I really wanted to try and find a more cost-effective solution that wasn't going to break my budget. So after doing a little looking online, I realized that I could probably try and make these, which is what I'm going to show you how I did today. So you're going to start with finding a plain hat that you like. I found this one at Target for like $13, but the ones I actually made for all the bachelorettes I was able to find at Walmart for $5 a piece. So for all 8 of them, I was able to do all of them for less than $50. This is a hat that I'm making for Sarah for her honeymoon that's going to have her last name on it. You're going to start by downloading a font that you like. There are tons of tutorials about how to download free fonts from a bunch of different sites, so I'm not going to take you through how I did that, but I just played around with the text until it was the right size and look that I wanted it to be. I didn't worry about changing the text size because I zoomed in using the zoom in feature on my Mac to make the text as large as the window would go, so I didn't have to worry about sizing it that way. Next, I just took a piece of plain white paper and taped it to the screen of my computer with a little bit of painter's tape. Now, if you have a printer, you can probably skip this step, but I don't have a printer, so this actually worked just fine for me, and I was happy with how the text came out. I just made sure to increase the brightness on my screen as high as it would go so that I can trace the letters as easily as possible. And then I just took a thin tip Sharpie marker and traced around all the letters. Then I started the painstakingly long process of cutting out all the letters with an X-Acto knife. There's no secret to this, just take your time. It will take a while, believe me. Essentially, you're cutting out the letters to be making a sticker as opposed to a stencil, which will make sense when we get to painting it. And here you can see I have my letters all cut out, and I just start arranging it onto the hat until it's in the place that I want. And then I took a thin tip Sharpie marker and traced around all the letters onto the hat. If you're doing a lighter printed color, you're definitely going to use a pencil or a lighter colored pen, but since I was painting it black, the black Sharpie, you couldn't even see it when it was all done. And here you can see it all written out. It's not perfect, but it definitely makes it easier when it comes time to paint. Now, sorry about the camera angle on this one, I am definitely new at this, but I just took a thin tipped paintbrush and some regular acrylic paint that I had on hand and just slowly and carefully started filling in the letters using more of a stippling motion as opposed to a brush stroke. It definitely helped get into kind of the creases of the hat. While I was painting them, I was a little bit worried that the acrylic paint would wash off if it got a little bit wet, but while we were on our trip, I actually dropped my hat in the ocean several times and the paint stayed just fine. But if you were worried about it, you could use a more permanent paint like fabric paint if you were concerned about it. And again, this was a hat I made just for Sarah, but you'll get to see the finished product from the hats on our trip. gosh, these hats turned out so great. Sarah and all the girls loved them so much. They're such a fun keepsake from this trip and just a really cute idea, and I was able to do them really affordably, which I was really excited about. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're new here, make sure you give me a like and a subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!